If you are sick of feeling stuck in creating your logo and branding for your business, then you're in the right place. I'm Tasha from Lady Boss Studio, and we help female entrepreneurs to stand out and exponentially grow their businesses online. So if this sounds like something that you want to do, I encourage you to please subscribe below, and you can also like this video as well. Now, I want you to know that this video is brought to you by our Boss in Business Collective, which is our Lady Boss Studio membership. With our membership, you get access to unlimited Canva design templates, to all of our courses, our stock photos, and of course, our members only private Facebook group where we do monthly training like this. And we also have weekly office hours so you can pick my brain and have me help you build a better business. Now, first things first, and you've probably heard me say this 100 times if you've been around here before. Your logo is not your brand. Now, the reason why is that your logos are the brand identity of your business, but your brand is the actual brand why, the brand messaging, and the foundation of your brand. And the brand identity, which includes your logos, is the visual part of that helps to attract your ideal audience. But once you've actually done the brand messaging work and you've done the brand why and you've got that solid foundation, you can then move on to creating your logos and your brand identity. Why do you want to do that? Well, you want your brand and you want your brand identity to stand out, get noticed, and be remembered by your ideal audience. That's if you want to be successful. And I'm pretty sure if you're watching this video, you do. And because there can be so much confusion on the topic of your logos and which ones you need, we thought it warranted its very own blog post and YouTube video. So today we're going to be going through 3 logos you need for your business: your main logo, your alternate logo, and your submark logo. So let's dive right in. All right, so first up is your main logo, and I'm pretty sure you're thinking it's quite self-explanatory. But there's probably a few things that you don't know about your main logo that are really going to help. First, you need to know that this logo, this main logo you're going to create, is going to be used 80 to 90% of the time in your business. Let me repeat that. You need to use your main logo 80 to 90% of the time in your business. Make sure that no matter what, you are defaulting to using this logo first. Now, we also recommend that you try to create this logo, if at all possible, in a horizontal sized layout. That means it is wider than it is tall. The reason being is that it's going to fit a lot better in most cases on your website as well as on your business card. And we understand that one size definitely does not fit all. And we're not saying that you can't use a square size logo as your main logo. We just think, and based on experience, that you are going to have an easier time if you're able to create that main logo horizontally first. The other thing to keep in mind is that because you're going to be using this logo more often than not, really being able to nail down your main logo is going to make your life so much easier and actually take away any of the hard work really in having to create your alternate logo as well as your submark logo. So before moving on or worrying about those other logos, make sure you nail down your main logo. It's attracting the right audience. It's built off of your brand foundations, and you'll be good to go. So now let's talk about your alternate logo. Basically, it is a redesign or rejig of your main logo. So once you've nailed down your main logo, it's essentially just moving things around so that it fits in a different dimension or different size than your main logo did. Sounds pretty simple, right? So when you're creating different marketing material and you have a thin space to work with, and wanting to add your main logo would have to squish it all the way down in order to fit, your alternate logo can come right in to save the day. So your alternate logo is still going to scream your brand. It's going to be pretty much identical to your main logo. It's just going to be differently sized so that it fits better on different marketing. Again, you're defaulting to your main logo 80-90% of the time, and you're just using your alternate logo to come in and save the day when it doesn't make sense or doesn't look that great to use your main logo. So here are 2 examples of seeing your main logo and how it looks more horizontal, and then seeing pretty much the identical logo but shaped more vertically, and that being your alt logo. And you can clearly see the difference and how it's essentially the same elements, and all you've done is needed to reconfigure them so that way they will fit better on a different marketing piece or on a different platform. So now that your alt logo is done and looking great, we can move on to our third logo of the day, and that is your submark logo. So this is kind of usually the least used logo of the three, but it definitely does hold a place and can turn out to be very important for your business, and something I definitely suggest you don't ignore, because even though you might not think you need it right away, having it ready to go in your arsenal of logos is the best way to go. Now, one of the most important things about the submark logo is you want to make sure that it's legible at a distance, which means this is not the place for teeny tiny little text, your tagline, a description. You want to keep this as remarkable and noticeable from as far away as possible. So a lot of the times it will be as simple as the initials of your business, 2 letters, 3 letters max. You can even use 1, which is the best case scenario. You can also, even in this case, use an icon that represents your business that maybe you've also used in your main logo or your alt logo as well. One of the best places, and one of the places you'll see this the most, is right at the top of the website where everybody has their favicon. So if you look at the top of your web browser, you're probably seeing Facebook or Instagram, or maybe it's WordPress or somebody else's website. And you can very easily differentiate which one is which without having to think too much about it. That is one of the main points, or main reasons why having a submark logo that stands out and uses very little text or is incredibly simple is important, because it's going to stand out more to your audience when they can easily recognize it, especially when it's as a favicon on the top of your browser. One of the other places where you might see a submark logo being used a lot is in social media. If you are building a company and it's not a personal brand that you're building around, you may want to use that circular logo, which is typically what a submark is, in the little circle photo that you're going to see available on Facebook or Instagram and some of those other social media platforms. Having that ready to go makes it really nice and easy. Now, again, if you're a personal brand, you're probably going to want to use a photo of yourself, but if you're not and you're building a company, then that is the perfect place for it. So now that we've talked about all three and we've cleared that up, I want you to know that I fully expect you to create all 3 logos. I'm not going to allow you to create 2. I want to see all 3 and I want them to look great. Now, your main logo is definitely going to be the toughest. That's where the most decision-making in terms of colors, fonts, and style. But once you've narrowed that down for your main logo, you'll be pretty good to go for the rest. Now, if you're feeling really stuck and you're not even knowing where to start to even create your main logo, pick your color palette, pick your fonts, all that good stuff, or potentially all that confusing stuff, we do have a really great program called the Instant Brand Blueprint. And with that, you get 59 pre-designed or professionally designed branding boards that come with your 3 logo trios, that come with your color palette, and come with predetermined fonts. So if you're feeling stuck and you're really not sure what that next step is, or you feel like you need some help in narrowing that down, our Instant Brand Blueprint for $27 could have a serious impact for you. The other thing that we include in the Instant Brand Blueprint, which is extremely helpful, is our Build Your Brand Workbook and our Brand Messaging Workbook. Because as I said before, being able to build that foundation, knowing why your business exists, knowing who it is that you're trying to attract in your business is going to go a really long way in helping you develop those brand visuals and that brand identity that's going to actually attract the right people. We're not just concerned about a pretty logo, we want it to have impact. And we also don't want you to have to redo that logo and branding in a year from now because you realize you followed a trend or you picked something that was really cute but isn't actually attracting the kind of people that you want to work with or the kind of people that you want to buy your products. So if that is something you are struggling with, you can definitely join the Instant Brand Blueprint. Keep in mind as well, if you do decide to join our membership, the Instant Brand Blueprint is included in there. Plus, you'll also get the opportunity to get live feedback on the logo and the branding that you're creating from us. It's just something to think about. So if you learned something great today, we would love for you to let us know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done that yet, and we can't wait to see you next time.